So coming into line then for race number 1 of the 2016 British Masters. We are using the grid programme today, so the riders in race 1 and number 2 Max Brown in for the unfortunately injured Rodney McDonald. Next to him is Andrew Whittaker, second in the club funds at Cheshire a few weeks to go. Then number 30, Richard Hall, has just come back from racing on the continent, had a late practice this afternoon. Next rider is number 82, that's David Spade, in for Chris Harris, who unfortunately still detained in Sweden for the rained-off Grand Prix last evening. Number 91 is Callum Walker. Then we got number 86, Paul Hurry, 4 times a Masters champion and once, of course, a European champion. Then we got number 93, the defending champion, James Chains, and completing the lineup for race number 1, number 130 is Ben Millichap. Takes play up to the first race day. Ben Millichap making a cracking start from the inside. James Chains always over Richard Hall leads to go at the banking for the first time. It's with James Chains who winds it on, going around the outside to go through into second place. Is chasing after Richard Hall, and Chains gets inside Richard Hall as Chains leads it for Richard Hall holding that second place position. Ben Millichap has got the third spot. That's the top 3 to complete the opener. It's Chains who leads Edward Hall in second. Millichap has got the third. Walker is in 4. Hurry surprisingly back in 5th place, and they go up the banking once again. Chains still has the advantage. Hall almost got through as they climb the banking for the second time, and Richard Hall winds on again, coming down that banking on that pit side corner. It's Chains who leads in from Hall holding the second place position. He's still getting away from Millichap up the next one right into, so is Walker in 4. Hurry's running through upon that 5th place position, but Chains still the master at the moment, striking a psychological blow in the very opening heat, and he's pulling away from Richard Hall now then as Chains leads in from Hall holding the second. Millichap's got the third. Hurry's up to 4th, relegating Walker to 5. On to 4 they go, with Chains a clear leader from Hall holding that second place position, and now Hurry's chasing that third place of Ben Millichap. Paul Hurry gets inside Ben Millichap. Millichap trying to come back round the outside, but Paul Hurry is making it stick for that third place position as James Chains strikes a blow in the first hit of action. The reigning champion wins his opening ride. Second place goes to Richard Hall. Third place coming through from 6th place to finish third is Paul Hurry. Can be tight for 4th and 5th. Ben Millichap is 4. Callum Walker is in 5. David Spade is in 6. And Max Brown in 7th place. Revving up on the line then for race number 2 of the Solo Masters. Somebody's front wheel running in front of his face and goes across in front of all the riders. Disaster start. There's Andrew Appleton. Red flags are out. Andrew Appleton leading him, climbing the banking. But we do have a spectacular fall on the starting line there. So drama in race number 2. Sees Paul Whitelam Jr., number 92, in for the injured Tim Nobes. Then we got number 3, Mark Baisby, 5th last year. And number 6 is Scott Nichols, who unfortunately reared at the start. Then we got 169, Steve Boxall, former youth British champion, of course. Number 11, Paul Cooper, who has run the rostrum so many occasions in the Masters. Number 22, Andrew Appleton, 4 times a champion, of course. And then we've got number 80, Jason Newitt, and number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Those are riders for leg 2 of the British Masters. We still wait for the decision whether Scott Nichols will be allowed back in that restart.
4 points. 6 points for Paul Hurry, 9 points for James Chains, and 5 points for Ben Millichap.
So back in the line then for the restart of race number 2 of the British Masters for 2016 season. They all get away this time. Scott Nichols not particularly quick away after being allowed the restart, and it is Andrew Appleton who leads. They climb the banking for the first time with Steve Boxall making a move through on the inside, gets inside Appleton. Appleton comes back alongside him, going in the back straight once again. This Boxall leads them with Appleton in second. Looks like Cooper gone through into that third place position. These 3 have stolen the march on the remainder of the field. This Boxall leads then for Appleton, holding the second. Cooper trying to chase after Appleton, looking that second place of Andrew Appleton. Baby's in 4, Hickmott is in 5, Newitt in 6. That's the top 6 they go. Down the back straight once again. Paul Cooper got through on the inside. Appleton just holding at bay, and that's allowing Boxall to pull away at the front. Is Boxall leads it, then Appleton holding that second place position. Again Cooper trying to squeeze so inside Appleton, but Appleton just by hanging on to that second place. As Boxall the leader, Appleton in second. Cooper comes alongside Appleton again, but Appleton's quicker going down that back straight and retaking takes the second place position as all the time Boxall starting to pull away at the front then from Appleton second. Cooper using every inch of track, taking a real wide line coming down the bank, and he's lost out with that movement as Boxall leader. Boxall I think is slowing up at the front. Boxall seems to be slowing up at the front. Appleton's right there with him now as they go to the back straight once again. Boxall to me seems to have too little power going down that back straight. Appleton's almost alongside him and Cooper's trying to close the gap now as they go into the pits corner for the full time. Appleton gets inside Boxall. Can Boxall come again back up the inside? Appleton gets a winning ride. Steve Boxall gets a second. Paul Cooper is in third. Mark Baisby is in fourth. Gareth Hickmott is in five. Jason Newitt in sixth place. And I'm sure that Steve Boxall, who at one time was way clear at the front, seemed to be slowing up on that third lap, and that allowed Andrew Appleton to come right alongside him and eventually pass him on the last corner. So on we go then to the sidecars, the start of the second leg, and what a cracking second leg is going to be with reigning Masters champion Colin Blackburn. He rides in this one. We've got Rob Winterburn, impressive winner, first time out. He's also in action this one. Gareth Winterburn, winner first time out. He also rides in that one. Will Offen and Steve Hargreaves, Joe Mogg, Jake Cutler, and Pete and Steve Colvin. So it's a two Winterburns and Colin Blackburn in what should be a crackerjack race number 10. Both Winterburn's won the opening ride. The top for the takes. Colin Blackburn's made a good start. Gareth Winterburn's got away. Rob Winterburn's got away in third place. Will Offen is in fourth as Colin Blackburn leads him coming down the bank for the first time. Gareth Winterburn making a move around the outside. Rob Winterburn trying to get through on the inside. And Colin Blackburn's gone one, and Gareth Winterburn's in a good mistake by Colin Blackburn. Sees him go drop from first to third as Gareth leads from Rod in second. Colin Blackburn is in third place. Will Offen in four. Pete Colvin in five. Joe Mogg in six. That's the six. They make their way to the back straight once again. And Rob Winterburn trying to find a way through on the inside of Gareth. These two lock shoulder to shoulder for first and second place. Gareth Winterburn again slides it wide. Rob Winterburn takes him on the line as Gareth leads him, but Rod holding second. Colin Blackburn is in third. Will Offen is in fourth place. Up that back straight they go once again. This is where Rob Winterburn closed the gap on Gareth. He's closed the gap again, but Gareth's very quick coming down this bank and on this side of the track. Gareth again let the machine slide his way down. Rod takes so much title line. Gareth looks across and Rod's alongside him. Now aiming a complete lap number two. It's Gareth who leads from Rod holding the second place. Colin Blackburn has got the third. Will Offen is in fourth place, and Rob Winterburn will close the gap again going down that back straight. He gets inside Gareth Winterburn to lead. Coming down the back straight on lap number three. It's Rod who leads from Gareth in second. Now Gareth gets back inside Rod and leaves Rod absolutely nothing at all. Rod trying to come back through on the inside. They're together now. They take the checkered flag. They are together as they take the checkered flag, and I don't think there was too much family love lost there as they crossed the line. Rod was not too happy about Gareth's tactics coming on the inside, coming down that banking, because Rod got him clean going up the back straight. The speed of Rod Winterburn got him inside, and then Gareth right across him to chop the nose off Rod as they slid down the banking, and father not too pleased with son after a superb race number 10. Right, we move on then to race number 12, which is the closing heat in the second leg of the sidecars. So we look at them, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, 3 points first to make. Matt Fumarola and Gareth Williams, disappointing opening ride with just the 1 point. Miles Simmons, Kevin Woodley, they picked up 4 points. They're revving up on the line then for this half. And away they go. Matt Fumarola's made a much better start this time. Rob Bradley isn't particularly quick away. In fact, he's one for last away, and that's going to leave it open as Paul Whitelam leads coming down the bank in for the first time, and Matt Fumarola making his move round the outside. Miles Simmons has got that third place position. Whitelam leads from Fumarola. Simmons has got the third. Lloyd in four. Rob Bradley back in five. He's looking to improve upon that fifth place position as they climb the bank in once again. Rob Bradley moves inside to go through into fourth place as Paul Whitelam leads it coming in the back straight. Once again, Miles Simmons has got that second. Fumarola in third. Rob Bradley definitely getting close in fourth place. They come by us to complete lap number two. Then it's Whitelam who leads in. Then Simmons holding second. Fumarola in third. Bradley in four. Lloyd is in five. Looks like Tom Marvel. Tom Costa is back in sixth place as Paul Whitelam leads him going on the back straight. Once again, Rob Bradley now looking at second place, and Matt Fumarola in turns got inside Miles Simmons to go through into second place as Whitelam leads him. Fumarola in second. Simmons has got the third. Bradley's back in fourth place as Whitelam leads him on to fourth, and Fumarola in second. Simmons has got the third. Bradley's in four. Lloyd in five. Costa in six, and Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott are storming away then with the seat then. Fumarola having a much better ride this time, has got the second place. Rob Bradley trying to improve upon that fourth place position as down the bank in for the follow time. Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott pick got the winning ride. Fumarola gets a second. Simmons is in third. Bradley in 4. Lloyd in 5. Cossa in 6th place. Move on then to the start of the third leg of the solos, race number 13, with Scott Nichols in action along with Andrew Appleton, Jamie Fenn-Smith, David Spate, James Wright just dropped the one so far, Jason Newitt, Mark Taylor and the spectacular Edward Kennett. So James Wright has just dropped to 1 point, so beaten one so far. He's the best pick of these riders. Andrew Appleton, as you would expect, very much in the hunt for a fifth, coming up for a 5th title. Red flag is out. Red flag is out. I only see 7 riders on the line at the moment. Jason Newitt, the rider we're waiting for to come into line to make the 8 riders then for race number 13. Up for the tapes, they've all got away pretty equally. We're looking for Appleton making a good start from the outside. James Wright was but Cannon in fact is out against the Patron. Cannon climbs the bank in for the first time. Wright in second, Appleton is in third, Nichols is in 4, Taylor in 5. That's the top 5 as they go down the back straight the first time. Edward Kennet's on the shoulder of James Wright and leads James Wright coming down that bank in for the first time. Cannon on the outside, Wright on the inside line. Spectacular action between these two. This Kennett leads then from Wright in second, Appleton in third, Nichols is in 4, Taylor in 5, Spate in 6, Fenn-Smith in 7, Newitt in 8, that's the 8. But it looks if Edward Kennett's got a measure of James Wright once again coming down the banking on that pitch corner on lap number 2. Kennett on the outside, Wright taking a much tighter line and Wright almost comes alongside it. But Kennett leads then from Wright in second, Appleton has got the third, Nichols in 4, Wright again trying to get inside, Kennett going down that back straight once again. He's closed the gap on Edward Kennett, 2 bikes between first and second down that bank and they come once again. Kennett's gone wide again, Wright takes so much time on, he get inside Kennett this time and Wright gets inside Kennett comes again, back round the outside, Wright pushing wide again, climbing the bank in 4 the follow time. Brilliant ride by James Wright, who now leads Edward Kennett. It's Appleton way back in third, but what a superb ride by James Wright. He's took his time and got the measure of Edward Kennett, and James Wright puts together his second winning ride of the afternoon. Brilliant ride by Wright to win it. Kennett gets a second, Appleton is in third, Nichols is in 4, Spate is in 5, Fenn-Smith in 6, Newitt in 7th place, and Mark Taylor's going to push across the line to pick up the last place points. But what a brilliant ride there by James Wright, because Edward Kennett looked quicker all the way around, but James Wright, he took his time, he made his move on the 3rd lap to get inside Edward Kennett coming down the banking and raced away for his second win of the afternoon in spectacular style. So at the gate they come then for race number 15, which completes the 3rd leg for the solos. An intriguing race, this race number 15, with Steve Boxall very much in contention. Paul Cooper absolutely desperate for points. Andrew Whittaker will be a non-starter. Richard Hall is very much in contention. Callum Walker, John Beaton, James Shanes. That's just some of the rides in this one. The start could be absolutely crucial. Changes front wheels up in front of him, as Richard Hall leads him, and Boxall in second, Cooper in third, and changes back in 4th place at the moment, back in 5th place as they go down the back straight once again then. It's Hall who leads them, but Boxall in second, Cooper's got the 3rd, Shanes is up to 4th place, Walker is in 5, Hickmott is in 6, that's a top 6, and looks at Boxall's got machine problem. Steve Boxall's pulled out as Hall leads them, and Cooper in second, Shanes up the 3rd, Walker in 4, and Steve Boxall's coasting with a 6 bike dropping place after place after place. It's all clear going down that back straight then. Shanes is now up to 2nd place, but Cooper in 3rd. Will Shanes chase Hall, or will he be content with the 2nd place position as Hall leads completely lap 2, and Shanes holding that 2nd. Cooper desperate for points, has got the 3rd. Walker is in 4, Hickmott is in 5, Steve Boxall finally pulls out the back, and James Shanes is starting to close up on Richard Hall. He's not going to ride for a safe 2nd place. It looks as if he wants a victory this time then. Coming down that pitch corner banking, Hall's gone wide, Shanes takes a so much down the line. Richard Hall's gone wide of the loose, and James Chains at the front. Chains has come from fourth to first. Hall trying to come back through on the inside. As Chains leads Evan Hall in second, is Cooper in third. So James Chains will remain the only unbeaten rider off the three legs of the Solo Masters. Tremendous ride by James Chains. He harried Hall into the mistake coming down that bank, and Chains gets a winning ride. Second is Richard Hall. Third is Paul Cooper. Fourth is Callum Walker. And it looks as if he only got 4 finishers, in fact. So Steve Boxall, I'm sure he had problems in those opening rides. It seemed to give up on the third lap on each occasion. He gave up on the second lap that time, but all credit to James Chains. He wasn't content with a safe second. He raced away for a win, put Hall under so much pressure coming down that pit corner. He got out into the loose, and Chains was through on the inside run. Mark Cosser unbeaten is also Rod Winterburn. He'll be desperate for points now. He needs the points after a no score last time out. Gareth Tregilgas, if he comes out. Paul Whitenham, another rider very much in contention, and Pete and Steve Colvin. We've got 5 crews coming up to the tape, so Simon Hill, we'll imagine, will be in for Tom Costa. There'll be no replacement for Gareth Tregilgas, and Rod Winterburn, after that engine failure last time out, will be absolutely desperate for points. Was not happy after treatment he received from Gareth in their second outing. Will be looking for a winning ride here to get back very much in contention. Mark Cosset was having a job to get the machine started. Rod Winterburn circling round, not bothering to go up to the tapes yet. So we've got Mark Cosset looking to go through the heats unbeaten. He's won his opening 3. We've got Rod Winterburn desperate for points. Paul Whiteland needs points as well. So an intriguing last qualifying race, race number 24. They all come into line, the 5 crews. Rod Winterburn on the outside, and Winterburn's made a good start, but Cossa's made a better one for the inside. That could be crucial. They're going down the back straight, but Cossa's just got the drop going to the bank in for the first time. Winterburn has got the second. Cossa's gone wide. Winterburn trying to come through on the inside. Cossa leads Winterburn there, and Winterburn trying to make a move on the inside, going up pits corner once again. Cossa shuts the door on Winterburn as they go off the back straight for the second time. Then Cossa leads Winterburn, giving everything to try and get inside. Mark Cossa, 2 bikes between them, down the bank, and they come again, and Cossa's holding the line this time. No way through for Rod Winterburn. Winterburn trying to find a way through on the inside, but Cossa still the advantage from Winterburn in second. Simon Hill have a good ride in third. Coleridge in 4th place. That's the top 4 as they go to the back straight once again. Winterburn again, desperate to try and close the gap. He's closed the gap again. There's 2 bikes between them coming down the bank, and again, and Rod Winterburn cuts it back for the inside run, but he's lost out with that manoeuvre. Cossa's round the outside line. Cossa leads. Winterburn holds out second place. Simon Hill in third. Paul Whiteland was surprisingly back in 4th place. They go to the back straight for the follow time. It's now or never for Rod Winterburn. He's not quite so close this time. Mark Cossa's gone wide now. Winterburn's cut it back for a run up the inside. Mark Cossa gets winning ride. Rod Winterburn picks up the second. Paul Whiteland racing with 3rd place. Paul Whiteland snatches 3rd place from Simon Hill, and Pete Colvin in 5th place. On the line and away with semi-final number 1, James Chains. Hasn't made the best of choice. Edward Kelly, who gets that corner first and leads on the bank for the first time. James Chains away there in the 3rd place, but now he goes through in the 2nd place. He's chasing Kenny now as they come to the bank and on the pits corner on the opening lap. Kenny leads it, but Chains holding that 2nd place position, and Chains got opted to get the Kenny for that position. It's Richard Hall who's got the 3rd. Andrew Appleton is in 4th place. Gareth Hickmott is in 5. Fensmith in 6. But it is Edward Kennedy leads, going to that back straight once again for James Chains, holding that 2nd place position. Richard Hall definitely getting closer in 3rd. These 3 pulling away from Appleton in 4th. As Kenny leads it, but Chains holding 2nd, complete lap number 2. Hall has got the 3rd, Appleton in 4th. Now Chains is getting close to Kenny, going to that back straight once again. Is Chains going to go for the win? Will he settle for a safe 2nd place? Down the bank, and they come for the 3rd time. And is James Chains going to be beaten for the first time this afternoon? Kenny leads, I think, start lap 4. Chains is close as ever been all the race. Chains winds it on, climbing the bank and gets inside Kenny. Kenny comes again back round the outside. Chains gets back through on the inside. Kenny again back round the outside. Chains again cuts back through on the inside run. He's got the drop as Kenny cuts it back for the inside run coming out of that final corner. James Chains gets a winning ride. 2nd Edward Kenny. 3rd is Richard Hall. 4th Andrew Appleton. Could be tight for 5th and 6th. Hickmott 5, Fensmith in 6th, Newitt in 7th place. Second sidecar semi-final away then. There, everybody with 4 crews going for the same little bit of ground. Nobody's been excluded. All crews come back into the restart. Remind you again, Rod Winterburn on the outside, Matt Fumarola next to him, then Gareth Winterburn, then Colin Blackburn, then Miles Simmons, then Trevor Heath, Rod on the inside, and Rod Winterburn's completely missed the start this time. Gareth Winterburn's got away, Colin Blackburn's got away, Miles Simmons, Rod Winterburn completely missed the start, but he's gone through into second place as Gareth Winterburn leads, coming down the bank in for the first time. It's Rod Winterburn who's got the second, Colin Blackburn is in third place. Gareth leads from Rod, then Colin Blackburn in third place. Rod Winterburn trying to get inside Gareth Winterburn. They go down the back straight on lap number 2. Colin Blackburn's got that third place position. Miles Simmons is in fourth place. Down the back straight they go once again. Gareth will go wide. Rod will cut it back for the inside run. Gareth looks behind to see Rod chase him on in second. And now Rod's gone to the outside. Will he get the drive to get round Gareth? As Gareth leads from Rod in second. Colin Blackburn's got the third. Miles Simmons is in fourth place. And Rod Winterburn, he's very quick again, climbing the bank and out of that pits corner. He's a bite dead on Gareth now, coming down the bank in for the third time. It's Gareth Winterburn going wide. Rod Winterburn takes so much time to line, but Gareth still leads in from Rod in second. On to lap 4 they go. It's a max race between these two, with Colin Blackburn in third place. Up the bank and they go for the follow time. Rod Winterburn making one last determined effort. He's closed the gap to 2 bike lengths, but Gareth has got too much in hand this time. He doesn't go so wide, Gareth Winterburn this time. Rod comes late, but just too late. Gareth gets it from Rod in second, Colin Blackburn in third, Miles Simmons in 4, Matt Fumarola in 5, Trevor Heath in 6th place. Last effort there by Rod Winterburn on the final corner, almost saw him squeeze through, but Gareth's taken him about half a bike, so Rod has super rided after completely missing the start in a rerun of that second sidecar semi-final. It is the big sidecar final for the Masters Crown for 2016. Leading them going into this final unbeaten, Mark Coster. He hasn't dropped a point in any of the heats or the semi-final as well. Next in line is Gareth Winterburn with Billy Winterburn in the chair. Then we've got the defending champion Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. Double champion Rob Wilson and Terry Saunders. Former champion Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. And a double champion we've got Rod Winterburn with Billy Winterburn in the chair, because of course Liam Brown is in the chair with Gareth Winterburn. So the main casualty today is Rob Bradley, who has not made the 1000cc sidecar final. Might that be the end for Rob, who's graced the sport for so many years? He's not made this final. Mark Coster is the first to come into line. He's in the middle of the grid there. Mark Coster and Carl Bly unbeaten, both in heats in final. Next one to come into line is Rod Winterburn. He's come in next to Mark Coster. Then Paul Whitelam goes on the outside of Rod Winterburn. Rob Wilson comes through on the inside of Mark Coster. So where is Gareth Winterburn going to be? Looks to me as if he's on the inside of Rob Wilson. So they come into line straight away for this Masters Sidecar Final for 2016. The engine beginning to pick up the revs, looking for a clean break and a good way we go. And Coster's made a superstar. Gareth Winterburn's got away with him. Gareth Winterburn alongside Coster, going the corner the first time. Gareth Winterburn gets the corner first. Coster making a move around the outside. Coster comes around the outside. Gareth Winterburn goes for it. And Rod Winterburn's come from nowhere at the front. Rod Winterburn's in front of Mark Coster in second. Gareth Winterburn is in third place. They got the bank in for the first time. It's Rod Winterburn who leads in from Mark Coster in second. Gareth Winterburn's got the third. Paul Whitelam is in fourth place. They all forgot about Rod Winterburn. Gareth Winterburn and Mark Coster were scrapping it out, and Rod Winterburn went through a gap that was there, and it's Rod Winterburn leads from lap number 2. But Coster in second, Gareth Winterburn in third, Paul Whitelam in 4, Colin Blackburn is in 5 as they go up the back straight once again. It's still Rod Winterburn who leads. Mark Coster's getting closer in second place, coming down the bank in for the third time. The last lap flag is being made ready then for Rod Winterburn. Mark Coster's got him in his side, but Rod Winterburn leads him and Coster in second. Gareth Winterburn's got the third place. Coster almost alongside Rod Winterburn. Rod Winterburn's a bike up going down the back straight for the follow time. Coster throwing everything at Rod Winterburn, but Rod Winterburn leads coming down the bank in for the follow time. Rod Winterburn holds the inside line. Coster's coming for the inside. It's Rod Winterburn. Rod Winterburn gets it. Mark Coster in second. Gareth Winterburn is third. Paul Whitelam in fourth. Colin Blackburn 5. Rob Wilson is in 6. They all all forgot about Rod Winterburn. Costa and Gareth Winterburn got away together. They were racing down that back straight, trying to fend off one another. Gareth took Costa really wide going into that top corner. There was a huge gap, and Rod Winterburn went through that gap that was left with Costa and Gareth Winterburn going wide. They forgot about the old Maestro. They were battling it out. He saw a gap, he went through that gap, and he has become Masters champion for the third time, despite only doing one meeting at Pickering and the Sand Ace Championship.